Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out. You've been serious life, love, lost, have no fear. Just keep pushing, be strong. Keep the faith until change come. Strength is not how much you can ever overcome, and what you couldn't do alone. I'm determined to. Yeah, I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, gone. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out. You've been serious life, love, lost, have no fear. Just keep pushing, be strong. Keep the faith until change come. Strength is not how much you can ever overcome, and what you couldn't do alone. I'm determined to. Yeah, I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, gone. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah.
Hey, I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. I'm a win, I'm a win, I'm a win, yeah. What's up, winners? And welcome to season 2, Manifest Life with Tisha. Happy New Year! It is 2025, and according to my daughter, we're going to thrive in 25. We're going to be alive in 25. We're going to fly high to the sky in 25, and we won't die in 2025. Yes, baby, 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 baby. It's going down in 2025. Welcome you all to Manifest Life with Tisha. Why don't you all go ahead and share this live right now? Go ahead and share it on your page, because like always, it is going to be epic and life changing. Hey, 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 hey. Listen, I want you to go ahead and tag somebody that you know is going to need this particular show. What is this show going to be about? We're going to talk about money, 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 money. Money. We all need it, right? Got to have it, right? Before we get started, I'm going to give some shout outs in a minute. But before we do, we're going to go ahead and get some tea time with Tisha right quick. It's tea time with Tisha. Before I get started, let me go ahead and take a sip. I am drinking tea for real today. It's tea. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead. Let me let you all know what tea time with Tisha means. Let me bring myself back up for a minute. Means that you get a chance to ask me anything, and I'm going to answer the question. You can ask me a question, all right? And I'll answer it. Be light, be light, be light, be light. It does not matter what you would like to ask. It does not have to be on the topic, but if it's something like, I've been wanting to ask Tisha this for a long time, so this is your opportunity to go ahead and ask a question. Okay, while I'm waiting on you all to type something up, I'm gonna go ahead and spill some tea. On yesterday, I was just chilling with my daughter, and we came on live, and she showed out. She showed out, really. And she had a wonderful, wonderful time. So I'm excited for her. She showed that she's my daughter. She showed it up. But I think we have a question here. We're going to go ahead and ask, are you up for house guests this month? This is January. House guests. What kind of house guests? Like somebody come and spend the night? like have a spin. I already did. I have a preteen is what she call it, and she loves spending the night. So she got to have somebody come over all the time because she's the only one here. So I already had a house guest for the month. Are you thinking about coming over? Is that what you wanna come over? My house is welcome for visitors. If you want to cook, I got the pots and I'll get all the ingredients. But come on over. Come on over to my place. Y'all can come over and and cook. Girl, yeah, spend the night. Ooh, we too old to be spending the night. But anyway, all right. Let's get off. That's all we have for the tea time. I thought we had some questions percolating for the tea time, but I see we do not. So we're gonna move on. Let me go ahead and give a couple of shout outs. Hello, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. Love that pink. Yes. So just so you know, Deltas look good in pink. And we look good in green. I can wear it all. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Janine, for tuning in with me. I want to when Ray gonna be back on the show. I shouldn't have put that up there. What is that? Hello, Miss Cassandra Calhoun Flowers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Patricia Dewberry, so happy to see you on New Year's Eve. It was good to see you on New Year's Eve. We was at church, baby. Dancing the new year in. Like, first of all, I'm going to get my dance on. Believe it. And had a wonderful time at service on that. You asked 2 questions. I don't see your questions. I'm sorry. Let me see. I want to know. Oh, that was your question. I want to know, when will Ray be back on the show? So Ray wasn't on Manifest Life with Tisha. So I think she want to do her own thing. She got her own thing. So we may get that cracking. All right. Mary, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Miss Nikita Calhoun, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. It's going to be a wonderful year. And we got somebody tuning in from the YouTube, from Colorado Springs in the house. Hello, Sister Vanita. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It looks like we have another question. What's she talking about? Do you make vision boards? And if so, do you pray over them? So, yes, for years, I have been doing vision boards. Last year, I did a vision board segment. When I had the letter V, I did the vision board. So, yes, I do a vision board. And then I did a prayer board for myself. But you know what, Coco? I never prayed. I prayed for it, but to just pray over my vision board? No, but I did pray for the things. I can't say no, but to just say I just took the time out and say I'm gonna pray over these things. No, I have not prayed over them, but I did do a prayer board, right? That was much different from my vision board, and those were things that I specifically prayed for and prayed over. Thank you so much for those particular questions. Today, we're going to move into our subject for today, our topic. We're talking about manifesting financial stability. I want to know why we just haven't got it right yet. I just want to know why I haven't got it right yet, why I haven't stabilized my finances just the way that I expected them to be at this point in my life. There's something that's going on that's missing, and we're going to find out tonight from our guest today how we can manifest money, right, in our life. How can we get multiple streams of income? How can we get more money coming in than we push out? How can we speak this abundance over our life? You know, God said in His Word that He created us that we would have life and have it more abundant. Abundance means a whole lot, right? So if we're supposed to have it abundantly, we're supposed to have a whole lot of money. We're going to talk about how to get it. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and welcome my guest. You all are going to love him. He is absolutely funny, knowledgeable, and he is a man of God. Go ahead and welcome to Manifest Life with Tisha, Mr. Cordero Rowland.
People.
He got his tea. You got your tea together?
Man, and it's good.
It's good. Like,
yes,
so
Lord.
let me tell y'all, we're drinking on this ginger and lemon. You know, we got to make sure we stay healthy in this season. So
yes.
I'm gonna drink some more of that tea.
That tea good too.
Thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of Manifest Life with Tisha. We're so excited to have you
Thank you for having
evening.
me.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Man, so what's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm blessed by the best. Praying for the rest.
Oh my God, there you go. Bro, say you blessed by the best.
And praying for the rest.
And praying for the rest. The rest of who? What is the rest?
The rest of the world. We all need prayer.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Good to have you. So tell us who is Cordero Rowland? Tell us who is this man I got sitting next to me on?
I'm a servant. I'm a servant first, and then I love living life. Yeah, living life, and I'm big on the company you keep. And so now I'm a community activist for finance.
Okay.
That was my first love because, you know, I had to get me right first. And as I was getting me right, I started noticing it's a big hole in the community.
It is.
And so when I was like, I'm talking to people and they don't know, still don't know. Some know it and then some don't. So I was like, you know what? I think I found my groove. Some things you find, you like, I'm okay at this. I'm not so good at this, but I'm great right here. And I did the work.
That's good. That's good. So we're talking about financial stability and how to manifest that. What does financial stability look like to you? What does that mean to you?
Financial stability looks like structure, balance. Because when you don't have it, it's rough.
Right.
So when you have it, it's a peace of mind. You can breathe. You don't have to rush. You can take your time. And then finances, to me, it can be a powerful tool or a deadly weapon. So it's like when you get it, it's what you do with it and how are you setting yourself up? Because you can set yourself up in a great way. You just set yourself up for failure.
Right. Right. So on this show, we have I am very in tune with my audience. So my audience is going to be asking questions. They're going to be making comments. You cool with answering some of the
I'm live with that.
Okay.
Have fun.
So hey y'all, he's cool with answering the questions. So we love a rhyming preacher. Lord have mercy. All right.
That's love.
So as we go through it, can you walk us through at the beginning when it comes to the mindset? What type of mindset is needed in order to create this?
That's a great question.
Stability.
So I always say, don't let procrastination be your assassination. You procrastinate, you can kill your own blessing with a bad thought.
Right.
So I believe in writing a vision and making it plain.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when people have finances, you're impulsive, got bad habits, and you're confused. So you can pick a bad habit up. It's easy to pick up. It's hard to put down.
Right.
So when you start doing a dissecting, you have to look at, okay, accountability starts within. That way you don't go without. So to me, that's what I started doing. I started looking at, man, I got some bad habits. You get 1,000, you blow it. You get 2,000, you blow it. You get 500, you blow it. And then I don't want to be just Motel 6 and keep leaving the light on. So I didn't want to keep living check to check. So what I tell people, you got to do a financial You gotta investigate your own finances. What's coming in, what's going out. And if you can eliminate stuff, cool. But after a while, you're gonna get tired of eliminate stuff. So you're like,
Right.
man, I really want to keep this.
Right.
Let me get enough money to take care of this. But outside of that, you got to minimize and maximize. Minimize them bills, maximize and free your money up. Once you free your money up, now you got room to do stuff. But you got to make that money count.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to keep counting it and you waiting for the next check. You can put that money in position to work for you. Now you can move with structure.
That's good. So when it comes to this particular structure, what does that look like as the end result? Like, I know as an end result, I want some money.
Yeah.
But the steps I need to get there, it's a little shadow there. And, it's a little blemish there. What is that first step for someone who has a mindset like me? I have the end result and what I want, but really don't know the first step to take. What should they do?
So if you got I call it that a vision, because you're looking at stuff.
Right.
So I know what I want. Okay, if you're looking at something and you know what you want, now you got to write it down. Why do I want this so bad? Okay, if you wanted this bad, now the next step is how much does it cost? That's number one. Okay, you see how much this costs. These are my bills and this is my income.
Right.
So once you write this stuff down, this is why it's important to write it down so you can look at it for a minute. I might write something down 3 or 4 times, but now with tech, I'll do it on my phone. But I look at something, right? So I remember I wanted to make 70,000. That's a goal. I'm like, how I make 70,000? Because I'm only making at the time 300 a week. So I start writing stuff down. I'm like, well, how can I get here? So I just started looking around, because now you got different job search engines now. So I was like, well, I need this to qualify for this. So I started doing the work. Then I went from 38,000 to 50,000, 60,000. Then I started learning little side hustles, 70,000, 80,000, 90,000. But if I wouldn't have set that goal, I would have never got started.
Right.
So you got to set a goal. And then once you set the goal, you have to take the steps and be consistent too. Once you activate, you gotta go down that journey. It may not be the most perfect journey, might be uncomfortable sometimes. You're gonna take a couple of hits, but it's worth it.
So when it comes about that, because I feel what you're saying, when it comes to the mindset of our people, what is the limiting?
Lord help us, Lord Jesus.
What is the common limiting belief that we have when it's concerning money that's hindering us from getting to where we want to be?
Image. Image in the circle you in. I grew up in the project, so I done seen some of everything.
Right.
But we see success because somebody got something on. Oh man, that's fly. How you get that? You finna go buy another liability instead of an asset. And then a lot of people don't break it down in layman's terms, because if you're around the wrong circle, 2 things happen. Either you influencing them or they influencing you.
Right.
So if you're around a crash dummy, you don't know he a crash dummy, y'all keep walking around, you trying to be the next him instead of being the first you. Now you having a financial crisis. Because once you get back from spending your money trying to be like them or Joneses or whoever it is, now you coming back destroyed. Still got to pay them bills and all that instead of saying, how do I? Because a lot of times it ain't just us. We ain't afforded the opportunities. You see, Jimmy over here at a store or a corporate building, and we fighting in a warehouse trying to get in that corporate building. So we might not can get that corporate job right away. We might can get security. Or you're not getting around somebody who has that financial stability and you ain't listening to them. Because sometimes they'll give you the wisdom, but they let it go on one ear and not the other.
Right.
So a lot of time it's choices. Like somebody done gave you a bunch of nuggets, bunch of jewels, and you just put in a Walmart bag and tied it and set it to the side.
Right.
So a lot of it is ignorance. Some of it is just like, you don't know what you don't know. Some people just don't know.
Right.
That's another thing. But once you know it, you have no excuse. So that's what kind of been hurting our community too, as I've been seeing it. Some of it just bad habits. Yeah, because I'm like, you make good money.
Right.
So what are you doing with it? I need to get my credit right, but you just went and bought them J's, or you let Stacey Adam and Coach and Michael Kors.
Right.
You went and sponsor them and then sponsor you. And that's what I've seen, the name brand and them not branding their own name.
You mentioned credit. Oh my goodness. Do you think it is important to have good credit? And if so, tell us why. Tell us why. So
Is credit good? The question is water wet? Yes. He said credit good. Credit is important. Shout out to Pastor Brackens. He said this one year. I told him this, it messed him up in a great way. I remember he said, how can you be representing the kingdom in your credit like that? Man, my credit was shot to the floor. They probably thought I was at DFW gun range. My credit was shot because I didn't understand it.
Right.
And so when he said that, I went home and I started writing my plans out again. And I was like, man, how do I even get in?
Right.
And so I saw a guy online and he was in this company. And when I cleaned my credit, because I was just paying cash for stuff, I didn't understand how it worked. And once I got the steps, I was like, man. And I'll never forget when I hit the 700 club. Man, it changed my life. I crashed too, because I tell people the truth. I got in that 700 club, got me a line of credit for like 30,000, and I didn't turn up. I was paying bills, building, but I didn't understand what interest was.
Right.
When you go over 7,000, that interest ate me alive. I had to shut everything off. But when I saw the power of it, I was like, man, ain't nobody telling us this. And if I wouldn't have sought for the information, I would have never figured it out. So yeah, credit is important. It's a lifeline. It's a business partner that if you keep it good, it'll change your life. But if you don't do it right, it can be a natural disaster.
What advice would you give someone who has a low credit score and they feel overwhelmed about their situation? They feel like, they don't have a way out. What type of advice would you give to that person?
If you feel like you don't have a way out, I tell people this. Who's in your immediate circle? A lot of times when people feel like that, they got people around them. Number one, they probably can't trust. If they say something to them, they're going to say something negative. I would say make sure you're around a person of peace, a person that has wisdom. If you're not around it, I always tell people, please take that investment and go spend time with people. You got stuff online now where you can go to a church. If you don't want to go to the church right away, go to a financial event and go with somebody that's a strategist and actually knows how to do this stuff.
Right.
Because I'm not real big on how can I say this? If they're not reading their word, they're not gonna understand. But I'm big on Matthew 7:7. Ask it shall be given, seeking you shall find, knocking it shall be open. You got to do the work too. So once you figure out, okay, I feel like nothing it's not impossible, but I know in that mind frame you're frustrated. How can I get out of this frustration and figure out how to get my credit right? And I tell people you got to do a financial diagnosis. You're gonna hook your car up into a machine and you ain't gonna do your finances the same way. You got to keep track. If you can go get your oil change on your car, knowing when this stuff gets done, you got to do your finances the same way. So we're creatures of habit, and you got to create a good financial habit. So if you watch what you're doing every day and say, now, let me see how much does it cost. You got to count up the cost.
Right.
Because numbers don't lie. People do. You count up the cost. It eliminates all of that clutter. A lot of time when people mind, because I help a lot of people, I do consulting. When you help people when they're mind like this, because they're all over the place, and most of the time they ain't wrote it down.
Right. It's funny that you say that. I think it was last month or the month before. It was last month. Nope, it was November. I ended up going to a church service, and the pastor was talking about how he used to be a loan officer. And he was preaching, but he was giving an example about when you apply for a loan for like a house or something, they ask for 3 months of your bank statements. And in the office, they look at the bank statements and pay attention to what you buy, what you spend your money on. It was then that I decided, let me go pull my bank statement just to see what I'm spending my money on. And it blew my mind to know, like buying breakfast and buying coffee and stuff like that. Once I added that particular stuff up, it was like, oh my goodness, I need to stop. Use that Keurig in there and get your coffee, make your coffee before you, just to save that particular money. And that can start you off on the go. So I am so glad you said
I played a highlighter game because I was like, I can find the money and see who you sponsoring. What you mean? I go in there and say, okay, you got Tarjay lit up, you got so-and-so lit up. One person I found almost $3,000. He was just buying a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
We something else.
Yeah, we are. And sometimes we have more than what we think we do.
To add this little nugget to that too, I always
Okay.
say when you master your need, it provide what you want. But you got to master the need. Because you don't need certain things, you just want it.
Yeah.
But if you put that to the side and focus on that need, now you free some money up. Now you can go get what you want.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. That's true. So, in your opinion, do you think that because you're bringing up, Matthew 7:7, you bringing up
Oh
the
yeah,
word,
yeah,
and the word really talks about wealth
yeah.
and being wealthy. Tell us the difference between a rich person and a wealthy person.
A rich person talk about money. A wealthy person makes the money. You don't have to talk about it.
Mhm.
Now, rich is good,
Right.
but wealthy, you're making money. Your
Mhm.
money is making money. Rich, you still in that position, and there's tools involved too. I tell people anybody that's wealthy understands the system. Everything has a system, and a wealthy person knows I can put myself in a position where the money is generational.
Mhm.
Being rich, you can run out quick.
Mhm.
Wealthy, it's generational because you got it invested in things. So that's the difference between somebody being rich, somebody being very wealthy.
Right.
Big difference.
So I'm thinking about this scripture. Ask and it shall be given. Not like
That's my favorite scripture.
yeah. Not so tell us or give us an example of how you use that scripture
Mhm.
and you applied it to your life and how it benefited you financially.
The best gift God has given us is negotiation.
Okay.
And we were taught in tradition, you ain't supposed to question God, but Matthew 7:7 clearly says I can. Told me to ask, told me to seek. So when I first came in business and just learning, because I was in entry level, I was so green, I ain't know nothing.
Mhm.
And so as I was going in, I'm looking at different people, and I understood the power of a conversation. A conversation create compensation.
Okay.
But you don't get paid if you don't talk. So I remember this one particular, I was an independent contractor, and this guy said he was a man of faith, and I was hurting for money real bad. So I got out and I prayed, and God was like, go in there and talk to him. That's why I love Matthew 7 because I asked. First, he said he didn't know. So I went back in my truck. I sat there, and God said, go ask him again. Like, what? He just told me no. I said, go in there and ask him again. Went in there, asked him again, told him my situation, negotiated with him, and he wrote me a check. Then I needed to move. He wrote me another check. So it benefited me in a great way. Then
Mhm.
I wanted to go in corporate America. I'm speaking it. Then I'm seeking. I'm speaking. Had no idea. I went and randomly applied for something, and 6 months later, I got on at Bank of America. Then I was trying to still understand it. I took care of this one person. He gets on at Corporate America at Capital One.
Mhm.
I got on there. So this thing done jumped off the page and became a part of my life, and it's impacted me in several ways and several different occasions. So it's real. I think sometimes what people fail to realize, they don't work the faith. Gotta work it. You can look at it all day long. It don't mean nothing
Right.
if you don't work it. And then when you see it become action, it's life changing. It's stuff that doesn't happen to me recently. When I get paid now, I'll be sitting back looking, I still can't believe it. But it's believable because I did the work. But when God does something, it just blows my mind sometimes. So
Right.
it's became a part of my life in several ways, several times because I didn't have it,
Mhm.
and now I have it.
Mhm. So you also talked about like writing a vision,
Make it plain.
making it plain. Um, so in that particular scripture, how can you, when you write the vision and you make it plain, what's the next step? Because for me, manifestation to me
Mhm.
is you see it, you say it,
Mhm.
you believe it, and you receive it.
Mhm.
And sometimes you have to see it, say it, you have to write it,
Mhm.
and then receive it.
Yeah.
How do we put that plan into action when it comes to um, writing it and then making it happen?
So once you write it, now you got to use application.
Okay.
Because you done did edification and wrote it down.
Mhm, mhm.
Now application is putting it to work. So if I write something down, what was the last thing I wrote down? I wanted to learn how to make more money doing less work. But in order for me to do so, I had to ask questions.
Right.
So I started learning. I'm like, well, who am I gonna ask?
Mhm,
So I'm out in the field doing a job, and I see this guy walk by.
mhm.
And for whatever reason in my head, I was like, I'm gonna ask him. But I kept working at first, so I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Right.
Finally asked that question, got my answer. I said, what is that called again? Oh, I'm this manager for this company, and it pays what? And I couldn't believe it, but 6 months later, I end up getting the same job, not from him, but doing the same thing. So when you write something down, now you got to put it to life. You got to go forward. You got to put your, and this another one. I said, expose yourself to what you want. I wanted a Tesla one time for my birthday.
Okay.
I didn't know how to get it. So I started looking up online. I was like, well, I don't want to buy one right off the bat. How can I rent one? So I'm looking at all these different companies. So you got to look for it too. See, you can't sit in the house and say, I'm gonna manifest a window. No, get some money and build one. So you gotta make common sense too. So it's like, in order for me to want something, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna look at it first. Once I look at it on my paper, now I'm gonna apply. How do I apply? So whatever it is you want, you can see it. Can you see it? Now can you touch it?
Right.
Now if you can see and touch it, now you got to start to exercise on what do I need to do to put myself here to get what I want off this page, and go to work. Keep and it's simple, but I tell people, if you don't activate that, it's just sitting right there, nothing. It's just data.
Right.
But once you apply it, can't be denied.
So, Cordero, I am all about strategy. So when I come on, I make sure I try to give people a strategy, something that a tool or something that they can.
I like that. I'm gonna get the one I gave Saturday.
You got what? Okay. Yeah. So give us a tool, a strategy to get to this manifestation of being stable.
I like that.
With money.
So I gave somebody Saturday the 3 P's, PPP.
PPP.
When you write down your vision, you got to add these P's to there.
Okay.
Your purpose.
Okay.
Then what was the other one? I said purpose. And what's your problem? And what's the program? Again, everything got a system. Right. What program are you using for your strategy? You got several now. You got ChatGPT, you got all the AI devices. So you got program, your purpose, and what's the problem? If you don't identify the problem, how you gonna get a solution?
Right.
So when you write those strategies down, okay, I got my purpose. I know this is part of my purpose. What program or software what can I use, even on a simple form? Because some of them are free now. You don't have to pay for everything. Then when I figure out my problem, I got the solution. Now, what solution can fix this here? Then once I had that data and research gathered, now I can move strategic, and then discipline. Discipline is a part of strategy. Even like if somebody fasts, they do the Daniel fast. You can't fast for 7 days. You can't fast for another 7 days. See, people look at the long number instead of compounding the interest. Even with wealthy people, they take a small number of percentage because 100% of nothing ain't nothing.
Still nothing.
So when you're doing strategy, you got to have that discipline with those 3 P's also. Because if you ain't got discipline, you're gonna crash anyway.
Right.
And you got to be faithful over the few things, so you can't rule over many.
As you applying these strategies, right? Everything is not going to work out like
at all.
Plan. So when there's a setback or when there's a failure, how do you bounce back from that? What have you done in your particular journey that when there was a setback or failure, how did you get back on track?
So me, I got a hustler's ambition mentality.
Hustler, come on in here, hustler.
Yes, I promise you. I went from the streets to the suites, so I had to learn that.
Oh my goodness.
I promise you. To the penthouse suites too. So me, I watch bounce backers. I tell people, you are guilty of your association. You got to find a model off of something.
Right.
If I want to hear a train, I got to go buy a train track. This is why I tell people, be real with yourself and make it make sense. So I started looking, I'm like, who can I watch that came from my environment? Right. My favorite rapper is Chamillionaire. He came from the streets, but you seen a person evolve. Like he was selling urine samples at one time, and he was cutting hair. Then he started doing music. Then he crashed and burned because he was making what people make at Kroger's. And he was like, man, this ain't right. So he learned systems. Then he went around a bunch of nerds in California. Then he found out how to be an angel investor. So as his money started accumulating, he got around people. So things are gonna fail. People don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan.
Right.
I know something gonna go left. It's just, I tell people this, watch this vision I'm gonna give you. It's like a scientist in a room with a white jacket on, because me and my buddy call each other mad scientists. And I'm in there mixing up a little potion. And boom! I was like, oh my God, that joker did not go right. I done did crash and burn several times. Right. Then all of a sudden I look up and I said, oh, this will work. So then you find the ones that work and then you rock. But it's like even when you building a house, you're gonna be outside 1 minute. What Outkast say, you can plan a pretty picnic, can't predict the weather. So when stuff go bad, you gotta have that mentality by all means necessary. I'm gonna still push through. Then I look at Job. Look at all the trials and tribulations he went through. You gotta find a model. Somebody failed. Bill Gates failed. Elon Musk failed. Then go back to the black people who created all the lights, all the stuff we done created. A lot of them failed.
Right.
Doctors fail. So I'm looking, okay, that's real. So that means I'm gonna go through it too.
Right.
However, if I'm around wisdom, I won't fall as hard. I'm gonna still fall and hit my head, but I won't hit as hard. So every person that has a success has a failure. But that failure wasn't just a loss, it was a lesson too. Like I watched Tyler Perry, how he struggled from homelessness where he is now. That's your story.
Right.
Don't let your failure ruin your life, because somebody gonna pay you to tell it.
Right. Okay, so let's see what they saying. Wait.
I'm seeing it moving too.
Purpose, problem, and program. Yes. That's
real
it
PPP.
right
You hear me?
So Cordero, be a little transparent with
She
us.
said, wait, so I can sit.
So I can sit.
She's trying to get that. Hey, you can replay later.
Oh, sit in the house.
Oh, she liked that. She said, crash dummy.
Oh, yes. So tell me this. Can you be a little transparent with us for a moment?
I promise.
When it comes to setback or failure, tell us about a time where you had to experience a setback, what that looked like, and what you did to overcome it.
I blew my bank account.
What does that mean?
I had so when I first started learning this entrepreneurship, I looked some online. They was talking about work from home, make an extra $2,000 a month. So I'm clicking, and they went through the whole process, and they mailed me a check. I think I read the check. It looked like a real check too. And then I was working at a bank at the time, still green. I put that check in the bank, and I withdraw money, and I sent it. Then what looked like it was a lump sum of money that morning, I went to go buy something and swipe my card, went dead. I looked at my bank account, I just seen it red minus. I was like, oh my God. So my stomach is in my kneecaps, nothing in there. So then I started learning, instead of me just losing my mind, I went back and regrouped, and I figured out the system on how to get some of my money back. So I made a couple adjustments, and I called my bank, let them know what happened. And then probably it took them about a couple hours, and I got some of it back. But it was tough. So that was one. Then one time I was on a job, and I was working 2 jobs at the time, and I got fired. So I was like, I said, so you just gonna let me go? I was like, man, I'm still trying to get here and there and trying to explain. They weren't trying to hear that, fire me. So now I got one job, but I lost the other one. So again, my mindset just went back into hustle mode. I said, well, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. So I'm analyzing my situation. So I'm like, man, I'm in a jam. And so I went back in my bag, because I always look at it, you got 24 hours in a day. I woke up early that morning, and I'm applying and calling companies, Boom, I hop right back in. Like I'm shooting dice, I hit 7.
Oh my God.
Boom. Hustle. I'm telling you, every person that got that mentality, once they understand the program, they got most of the money. Jay-Z, projects, program, took off. 50 Cent, program, took off. So when you learn the program, you good. So those was 2 of my moments. The third one was when I first got into credit with the credit cards. I'm not doing nothing crazy. Then I'm looking at them payouts. I'm like, man, I paid $7,000 this month trying to pay that credit card off. God almighty. And then I remember I got in the jam. This was like a year and a half ago. And thank God though, I stashed money. I stashed change. I got so much change, it's ridiculous. And I went to McDonald's and I looked in my account. I got paid like 3 days later, but I didn't have enough to get my baby girl McDonald's. But I had to go in my change bag, and I went in there and I was able to feed us until I got paid.
Right.
So I said, man, good grief. So saw that situation. I went in there and regrouped, and I was like, how did I mess up this bad? So I set everything down, I shut everything off, and I said, now I just got to regroup. Then once I put that strategy back in place, all my money started going back up. So then now I know what not to do. So that's why I tell people the truth up front. Like, no, I crashed.
So what was that strategy that you put back in place?
Strategy I put back in place was watch what I was spending.
Okay.
I'm spending $7,000 a month on credit cards. So once I shut it off, I eliminated my debt. So now I know, okay, they're gonna close this account, it's gonna go to collections, and I can negotiate on how to pay it back. See, when you learn financial strategy, it was like, why are you doing that? Or somebody filed bankruptcy. Again, I'm looking at models. I went back and looked at MC Hammer. They thought he went broke. He didn't went broke. He had just signed a $30 million deal and then pulled out of everything and filed bankruptcy. Our bankruptcy, they gonna consolidate everything and put it in a few payments. I'm not that high. I ain't got that kind of money, but I'm looking at a realistic goal. I'm like, I can't keep paying this. And then these companies are ruthless. When you owe money, they're gonna dip into the checking account, the saving account, and whatever other account to get their money.
Right.
Especially the credit unions, they want their money.
Right.
Even if you telling them your situation, they ain't trying to hear that. They want their money. So now I'm like, okay, the other strategy I use, I say they're gonna take everything. So if that money keep hitting that account, they're gonna take it. They're gonna pretty much garnish my whole check. I shut that bank account down. I went to open up another bank account. You gotta be real. Like it's like I compare it to a vision. You see a balloon take off, and you over trying to catch, man, that balloon 1,000 feet in the air, it's gone.
Right.
So now you got to be real and say, let me shut this off. I'm gonna have to face this down the road, but let me strategic do it the proper way so I don't get jammed up.
Right.
Lost last one I had some repossessions too prior, like a few years ago. And again, I started learning credit. I said, okay, once this goes to auction, they're gonna try to give me that percentage. But me knowing consumer law, once it's sold, I don't have to pay that back. It's a closed account. So those are the financial strategies I start understanding to get me back to the investment side where my savings account was going back up green. Gotta have it. Because if I didn't know how to move and I stayed in that panic mode, I'd have been in big trouble right now financially.
Right. So guys, you all are welcome to type in your questions. We're going to receive some questions from our listening audience on tonight.
Who is that? Janine? She said he needs to write a book. I got one. We can reach out soon.
You got a book?
Called Rolling with the Punches. Can't talk about a punch you ain't never been hit. We talking about it now. Cadero's quotes.
Okay. Are you in a position, because I heard you say you do consulting. What type of position are you in to assist people who need some a push into getting their credit together or creating a plan or just starting from step one? Are you in a position where you can help people do that?
Always. I've been doing that now for 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah, because in order for you to tell somebody a problem, you gotta tell them about yours first.
Right.
Understanding the process.
Right.
So now I became almost like we was laughing, like a doctor of resources. Because I can hear what you're saying, I can see the face and see the result. Because I'm doing it now. So as somebody say, well, I ain't got this, I'm like, well, what's your plan? That's the first thing I ask them.
Right.
What are you trying to do? What's your goal? I need a car. I'll get you a car. Is that it? I also want to know about investments. So I show them how to structure a policy and borrow against it in the next 3 years, tax free. Yeah. So I'm lock and loaded, and I can deal with a mass of 100 plus people because I have virtual assistants. So if I'm dealing with 50, 60 clients, they still got access to me, but we had systems in place in that program I was telling you about earlier.
Right. Good. Okay, we have a question here. Let's see what it says. I retired, last week. What advice? You retired last week? What advice?
Congratulations.
We over here like, we want to. What advice do you have for a person in this economy with a limited income?
So if you just retired last week, I would also ask you this: find something you love to do, because you got a time on your hand. You got a clock that we want. Freed up time. So once you find something you love to do, you can turn it into income at any time. And then now you have income that's guaranteed, right? So then you go find another source. What other source of income can I make? Do you want physical income or digital income? That's the thing you want to ask. And if you're not sure, you can reach out to me on Facebook, schedule a call, and we can rock and roll. Because that's an easy fix depending on which direction you want to go in.
Very good. Thank you so much for answering that question from Ms. Janine. Are there any type of habits or routines that I need? I'm gonna ask me for me. I need, or anyone like me, to not only have the mindset of abundance,
Mhm.
but to put it into action. I have the faith to believe that I can receive it.
Mhm.
I have a plan, but what particular habits or daily routines do I need to put in place in order for that to fall into place?
So me seeing you with what you're talking about, the first thing that comes to my vision is exposing yourself to what you want to have.
Mhm.
If you want more participation with a like-minded business person, again, we got tools and programs now. I can look on Eventbrite and say, okay, they had this event Tuesday. Go to those events. Get in the room with another like mind. If I'm trying to get down 175,
Right,
I got to get around people who going down 175.
right.
If I want to go to Arlington to whatever event it is, I'm gonna go get involved with them and go.
Mhm.
So that's how I got successful, because I got around people that were smart like me and some that was way smarter than me.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you have to expose yourself to people who has that same mindset. Don't hang around crabs, go around eagles. I soar. I don't
Right,
hang with peacocks. They look pretty, but they can't soar.
right.
And don't be afraid and take a bet on yourself. If you don't realize you are an investment, that's what hurts people.
Mhm.
And when you know that you're treasure, you'll never let nobody trash you.
Right.
Go get around some more treasure, because it's enough in this world to go around.
Yeah, you're
And,
absolutely
and
right.
if I want to be on the engine, let me go find a pilot. That make common sense coming. So when I start doing this now, I ain't telling nobody something somebody told me.
Right,
I'm telling you what I did and it worked.
right.
hmm
Mhm.
A tree knows when to drop dead leaves. So when them leaves drop, you make room for something to grow. I'm finna go get around some people I can grow with and go with. There you go.
This dude got more
I'm just being
parables.
real. I'm just being real. You hear me?
Who these preachers and they parables? Come on in here.
You gave me that title. I did.
You're not a minister. You minister. You don't.
Yeah,
So what you do? Do you
uh,
consider that ministry?
it is.
Okay.
But what I care about most, I'm a servant.
Yeah.
The
I
title
get
I would carry when God said I knew you was before you was
Oh,
formed in your
for
mother's
sure.
womb.
For sure.
That's the only title I care about. All that other stuff, I'm not gonna say. How can I say this? I'm around people I love being around. So when you love being around somebody, it grows on you,
Mhm.
right? I remember the first time I got asked to pray and they didn't know the fire of the anointing was on me. It was like, man, how you get that? It's like, I'm sitting around y'all. How you learn how to do an order of service? I'm sitting around y'all.
Right.
If I
Right.
see you cross like this 100 times and I don't know how to do that, and I've been around you this entire time, something is wrong. You have no evidence. You're around water and you don't get wet. You dry as a Egyptian mummy corpse. You crazy as all get out. So again, me, and then this too, this really came from my grandmother. God rest they soul. I lost him when I was a kid, but they was always in church. And the people back then loved on you. So I can go see a grandmother, they hug me, love on me.
Right.
So I
Right.
go for the love of God, not the other stuff. I can care less about that stuff. But
Right.
I stay out of the politics side and I focus on what my grandmother instilled in me.
Right.
So if I see a men as being kings and somebody I can talk to, a man of wisdom, a woman of wisdom, then that influence gonna hit me eventually.
Right.
hmm
That's for sure. It should rub off.
You're a product of your environment. I just hope you get you a good product, not a bad one.
Or a good environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you are not at a cemetery and you at a place where you can grow. City of Nineveh. I ain't going
Oh my goodness.
there.
Ooh, they clapping for you. Okay.
Won't he do it? That's what
Uh,
you say. Won't he do it to me?
Won't he will? Yes, he
Willie
will.
won't.
Is there anything that I missed or are left out that you feel is important
hmm
for our listening audience to know when it's concerning money, when it's
hmm
concerning finances, when it's concerning credit? What is it that you want to add to us tonight?
So one of my mottos is, and people love this motto, I said it somewhere and it's been lit ever since. So I say, if I can't build with you, I can't chill with you. Finances is a powerful tool, and you got to find people you can build and grow with.
Mhm.
You don't build and grow with them, you're gonna be devastated in the next 2 to 3 years. Get around people who's established mentally, physically, and financially.
Right.
And that's gonna
Right.
tell you the truth. That's the last piece. Get around people that's gonna tell you the truth.
Mhm.
Because man, people was, oh my God, it was like a real shade room. They showing me a false image. You look like a public success and you really a private failure.
Right.
So
Right.
I started getting around people that was gonna tell me the truth. When you real, you can heal and you can get your finances revealed. So I started getting around people of integrity, people that got the spirit of God in them. And some of them follow the laws of God and ain't no believer, and they treat you better than the one that say they believe. So again, I said, let me find out how can I get around somebody in structure and then learn how I can model behind them. Because ain't nothing wrong with being a copycat. You just got to copy the right cat. And so when I learned that trade, then everybody has a system. I said, somebody got on level 5. Let me learn how to get on level 2. And once I started to level up, then I was like, okay, this is awesome stuff. So don't be afraid, number one, to invest in who you are, but just know before you do something. I always say, know before you go. Know if you want something, know the cost. Count up the cost.
That's right.
Do your research. Do your research too, and don't be afraid to ask those people and hold them accountable.
Right.
Because if I'm giving you my money, I'm gonna hold your ankle, your wrist, and the back of your neck. I need to understand this stuff. And if you don't want to help me, cool. Let me withdraw and go around somebody that's gonna walk me through this thing. Because I had to hold some hands on my way up. I was like, Gabriel, I'm gonna hold on to this angel. I ain't gonna let you go till you bless me. And then I might still hold on afterwards. So when you start being real up here and you had that mentality like an assassin, because I heard Grant Cardone say this: whatever you believe in, you gotta almost be insane. They thought I was crazy, thought I was weirdo. But the same people thought I was weird pay me now. I guess I ain't that crazy. And I showed them what my ingredient was. How do you get that? I told you, it's God. American Express ain't got nothing on God's credit.
That's right.
But credit is a tool that's gonna get you where you're going. So we can holler all this stuff all we want. When you get through hollering and screaming, now you gotta look at your reality. And if you don't like what you see, we serve a God that can change that. Last one. Stop putting apostrophe T on can, saying what you can't do, when Philippians 4:13 clearly says what I can do.
Right.
There's a lot of work to put apostrophe T on can. You just saying can't. This said can. You can do it. You just got to find the right person that know how to do the job.
Right.
I may not be the mechanic. Go to the mechanic shop. You don't want to pay that fee. It's several different shops over here. With these smartphones, the last one. You got a smartphone. Stop acting dumb. You got a smartphone. Siri will bless your game.
Just ask her.
Siri will be your assistant. I got Siri set up all my calendar stuff. If I'm like, dang, I forgot to pay that bill. It's due on the 15th every month. Hey, Siri, set me this reminder for pay this bill on every 15th of each month. Give me a reminder 3 days before it hits.
Right.
It set everything up. And if you're not AI savvy, stop letting this stuff kill y'all. I don't do that. That's why you broke. Don't be afraid to learn. You can't be the only eagle. Find 30 more. They are here. We can't work with black people. Yes, you can. You just around the wrong people. That's the white man. That's the right man. You just think weird. Kill that negative Nancy, that Down Thomas, and get around a successful person. Because the success in you can either activate their insecurity or really wake them up. You've been sleeping, being with the walking dead. We're going to learn about manifestation and the abundance of the everlasting life and the living waters. Because I want heaven on earth too.
Right.
When I tell people, write your vision, add doors and windows. Why we just thanking God for doors when he got the windows too?
Right.
I want them windows to open all the way up.
Right.
So when they pour in, if you ain't got that strategy, the worst thing in the world, God opened this door for you that you've been praying for 20 years. You ain't even in position. Yeah, you got to get around people that's going to be real with you.
Right.
Then you got to be real with yourself. Quit being insecure. I'm looking at y'all, I'm like, y'all are incredible. Who you hanging around and got you thinking like that? And here's another one. Please heal. Because if you don't heal, that's why some of the stuff in your future keep getting tripped up.
Right.
You can't even enjoy the abundance of your fruit because you over here worried about somebody cut you wide open. We go to the hospital to get stitches. Get them stitches and let them heal, and quit grabbing your fingers and sticking your hand back in there, killing yourself mentally, physically, and financially. All this stuff play a role. Somebody stress eat, you spending money. How can I stop stress eating? Get around a person of peace so they can come out of you and do the work. Right. You got to acknowledge it. Once you acknowledge it, what you going to do with it? Now you got to do the work. Then heal. Once you heal, how can I stay active on my healing journey? Stay around healing people. Hurt people.
Yes,
heal people.
Heal people.
All right, then. So now,
that's right.
I did that with my finances. I was hurting too. I'm sitting up here worried about what these jokers did to me. And I never forget this prayer. I said, God, put me around people that you want me to be around. Because if I do it, I'm gonna mess it up. We human.
Right.
We are all human error.
Every time.
You gonna have a moment.
Right.
Don't have to bathe in it. You got two options: bathe in sorrow or flow in favor. Which one you gonna do? You can't do both. God done gave you this whole abundance. You over here crying and bathing. No, heal, cry, get it out. Now let's keep on going. Everybody, Job had his moment. But look at the end goal. You have an end goal. Everything you're going to do got an expiration date. But when it expires, what are you going to do when you expire right here? That's the dash. It's a dash right here.
Right.
And then when you get the money, what's next? Because you're going to get to a point where you done had everything I need to have. What's my purpose, though? Because when you got the money and you understand your purpose, that's the light that keeps on shining.
Does it keep shining?
Oh, man. Encore can't pay that light bill. Yes, Lord.
You have given us plethora of knowledge and tools and strategies, information. How can someone contact you if they want to? Do they just need to get your name on social media? How do they get to you?
I tag people on here. Y'all can reach out to me. Any questions or concerns, your who, what, when, where's, and how. I'm your man with the plan.
You the man with the plan.
And I always add God's credit, because without him, I ain't got it no way. I'm just as jacked up as the next individual. The difference is I'm in a hospital beside you because I need help too. That's real.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much, Brother Roland.
Thank you.
The hustler.
Yes, Lord.
Every day I'm hustling.
Yeah.
Hustling. We need that.
This is a new year, new gear. So you got to shift. Quit moving in reverse. Press play and go forward. So thank you for your manifestation. Being a awesome host, because the coffee, tea good, the fruit you got set up. Thank you for being such an amazing beacon of light. So I'm grateful. So thank you for even considering me, however you did. I'm grateful for this. So appreciate you as well.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate those words of encouragement.
Yeah.
We have to encourage one another. So I appreciate you for taking out your time to come here and pour into us and give us what God has given you, which I believe is a gift.
Yes.
Right. Because everyone that received the knowledge is not able to maintain it. And then when you know it, sometimes you're not even able to apply it. So that is a gift. And I appreciate you being a servant and being willing to help God's people. Because sometimes some of us just need somebody to just push us. Like we standing here on the edge. I just need that push in my back. And once I get that push, I'm on and running. So I appreciate you so much for being this wealth of resources that you're able to pour into people and give to them and consult. Sometimes you have to consult. Sometimes you have to coach. Sometimes, but because you are a servant, you will always have the energy. You would always have the anointing. And you are going to always be blessed so you can be a blessing to God's people.
Grateful
so
for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining in with us. Hopefully, this has blessed you in a way that it has pushed you. I hope he just drop kick some of y'all. Some of us, how about that?
Right.
And pushed us into our purpose to where we can find the problem. Right. We got our problem. We got our purpose. What was the other P?
Program.
Get you a program. Thank you.
Get with the program.
Get with the program. Right. And one thing that he said tonight that has been repetitive in my hearing is get in the room of the people that you want to be like. Not so much as to mimic them or to be a carbon copy of somebody, but if you see they have something that you want, find what's going on, get in the room. What does that look like? That look like you're going to research. There is, even here on Facebook, you can go to events. It's an events. Go to your page. Go to events. Click on events, and it shows you everything that's going on in your area. And you can find some places like, oh, this is what I want to do. I am going to go to that particular place. I am going to go to this function. I am going to go to this program. And invest, whatever it costs. Pay to get in the place so you can rub elbows with those people and have those conversations that can get you to the next level.
Elder Flower, shout out to you.
Elder Flower.
He been lighting the chat up too.
Oh, he has?
Him, Patricia, thank you. And it was somebody else on there said great info. Appreciate y'all.
All right. He said, let me see who else.
He said valuable information. It was somebody else on here. He jumped up quick. Tracy Butcher. Shout out to Teresa Butcher. I'm sorry. Pastor Butcher.
That's Pastor Butcher.
My family.
Yeah, she said it was
Salute.
great.
I love, oh man, that's the general. I love Butcher.
Isn't she a
Yeah.
general? She
And
is.
humble as pie.
In her own right.
Humble as grandma's hands.
Grandma.
Yeah.
You so old.
I'm a young old head. I can't help it.
You
Yeah.
are old.
I'm
You
my
got
grandma's
a
baby.
Lambo, you got a fan. You gonna ride.
Yeah.
Man, but I appreciate you because you have a plethora of knowledge, and I believe God's hand is really on you. You're gonna help some people.
You too.
Get us this money.
It's necessary.
Yeah, I need it. Gotta have it.
We need it.
Yes. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in with Manifest Life. Today we have talked about manifesting financial stability. After the information that you have tonight, you should have a program and a plan to your problem that will put you in the purpose that God has already designed for your life. So you can start that and get it cracking. Right? Let's get this stuff together, and we're going to continue to be who God has anointed us to be. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you all enough. Let me put that up there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, if you all were not here, I'll be talking to myself like I always do. I talk to myself when there is no one to talk. You know that one?
Yeah.
People ask me why do I talk to myself, baby.
That's genius.
Hey, if you don't, maybe I done got myself out of so much trouble talking to myself, having a conversation with myself.
So I talked to myself. Myself said,
Oh, yeah. And self say, girl, don't you do that. And I have to listen to self.
Self-check.
Yeah, that's right. See how he got a saying for everything. Self-check. Right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And looking forward to the month of February. February is love. So many things I want. The month of love. I cannot wait to the month of February. I have something in store for you all, but you have to tune back in on First Monday for Manifest Monday. Manifest Life with Tisha. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I'll see you all same time, same place next month. I love you, and I really, really mean it.
That was awesome.
Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out, world, I'm coming through. Watch out. You've experienced life, love, lost, have no fear. Just keep pushing, be strong. Keep the faith until change comes. Strength is not how